Hickok 45 here with a Henry Golden Boy 22 revolver. And you know what I hate more than anything? Trash cans. And there's a trash can lid right there. Let's put some 22 caliber holes in it. Double action. Yeah, how about single action? Does that work? Oh, it does. Let's go back to double action. Yes, I hate trash can lids. They're great shotgun targets. They're great targets for anything, aren't they? Yes, this is the Henry Golden Boy with 10 empty cases in it. And it is a pretty cool, I don't know about little, but it's a pretty cool revolver. I've been shooting it quite a bit and have enjoyed it. And I wanted to share it with you, let you know what I think about it, of course, because most of you are going to run out and consider it, right? Well, let's talk a little bit about it and what it is and how it's different maybe from their big bore revolvers and all that sort of thing. Before I do, I want to thank the people that make all this possible, like Silencer Central. They do one thing well, those banish suppressors, you know quite well. You've seen them around here quite often, right? Nice suppressors. Davidson's Gallery of Guns, where you get a guaranteed lifetime replacement on your firearms you purchase there. So check them out. And then the SONORAN Desert Institute, you need to get some distance learning and, you know, drone technology, firearms technology. Maybe you even want to be a gunsmith. So check them out, will you? I appreciate it. So yeah, the Golden Boy, you know, they have the big bore revolvers in what, 357, 38, and basically it's the same revolver, okay, except it's chambered differently, okay? So if you have holsters, if you have the 357 models and you have a holster for it, good news, these should fit, right? And they're both 4-inch barrel. You've got a what do you call it, the bird's head grip model, and then this one is the gunfighter grip model. And I think the grips, as I understand, are interchangeable with the big bore models, I read. So if you've got a 357, you have the same grips, okay, depending on whether you got the bird's head or the gunfighter grip. And yeah, the big difference is it's chambered differently. It has smaller holes in the cylinder. It even has a smaller hole in the barrel. Can you believe that? And it holds a lot of bullets. So they had to change the timing, right? They had to modify it enough to have 10 clicks, you know. And then I have read that's not an easy task to do well with a revolver. It's one reason a lot of 22s don't hold this many bullets, but it's really cool that they did that. Seems to work well and holds 10 rounds. And while I'm yakking at you, I'll be loading it, but I like that a lot in a revolver, really do. There's something else about it there I was going to share, and it just slipped my mind. It probably wasn't very important. Oh, I know what I was going to share with you. How this weighs a little more than a 357 Magnum. Okay, now keep in mind what I just told you. It's the same gun, but just chambered differently. So if you have smaller holes in the cylinder, smaller hole in the barrel, what's that tell you about the weight of this firearm? Yeah, it's going to be heavier, right? Smaller holes equal more metal. It's just a matter of physics. I was able to figure that out, so you should understand it too, right? Let's shoot that paper target with one or two. Yeah, I enjoy shooting a double action and single action. It's been fun to shoot. Right? We've done several activities and videos with it, and I've enjoyed the thing, I'll have to say. Let's put one on Clyde. Did I hit him? I got my ears in too tight. I can't hear, but I'm gonna put one more at him. Yeah, I feel like I'm aimed at him. Now the cowboy, I can hear, I think, if I hit him. Yeah, boy, I can barely hear. I really had those ears in tight. You want me to sling one at the gong? I'll try the gong. Make sure my ears aren't in too tight so I can hear it if I mess up and hit it. Yeah, I think I heard it. I think I heard the first one. I don't know, it might have gone low. You see this 2-liter right here? That orange one? Let's see if I can put one right in the middle of him. Helps to have ammo, doesn't it? So it does hold 10, and that's the nice thing about it. As you might have heard me talk about, I like a revolver like this in 22, holds 9 or 10 rounds. I've grown up with one like that Revelation, and to me, it doesn't have a lot really over a semi-automatic 22 pistol, because most of those just hold 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds or something, and so you get pretty good capacity if you got one that holds 9 or 10 rounds like this, even 8. Anything besides 6. Some of the old ones just hold 6 because they didn't want to change the timing, I guess the mechanism as much, when they convert them from 38 or whatever. But this is pretty nice. It makes for a fun afternoon at the range. Good old revolver. You can load it up with 10 rounds, about the same capacity as maybe a favorite semi-automatic, 22, and you can just shoot the thing. And you can practice on your marksmanship, which I apparently need to do. Yeah, by firing single action like this. Of course, this steel's not going to move, is it? It'll move a bowling pin, I think. What did I tell you? Yeah, and a 2-liter, that orange one right there, boom, and a cowboy. Lots of bullets, lots of bullets. The other nice thing about a 22 revolver is you have more flexibility with ammo, right? You can shoot shorts or longs, it just doesn't really matter. Whereas with semi-automatics, you have to have long rifle, right, for them to operate reliably, if any of them do, right? So pretty cool revolver. What else about it did you want to know? The MSRP on them is pretty high. I've seen them for less than that, a good bit less, but they're not cheap. That's the bottom line in terms of a negative. But I tell you, in terms of positive, I've messed with it quite a bit now over the last week or so, and it just really has a feeling of quality. There's nothing cheap feeling about this thing. Really solid, heavy. Maybe heavier than you want, because again, it's the same dimensions pretty much as a 38 357. But I don't know, it's a range gun, and it just feels good. And anybody that has never fired a gun before, they are not going to be surprised by recoil. Put it that way. Obviously, with a 22, not a lot of recoil. With this, there's no recoil. If they can hold the gun, it's be like shooting an airsoft gun, because it's just going to shoot itself. Got to shoot it one more time before I make you leave. Yeah, so double action or single action. It's a nice thing about it, right? And 22 caliber long rifle. Henry repeating arms. They're famous for making rifles since the 1990s, in that vicinity. And I don't know, it's been a couple of years ago, they entered the revolver market with their big boy revolvers, and it's good that they they're famous for the 22s. That's how I think they got started, with 22 lever guns. So it's only appropriate that they make these. Yeah. Before I go too far, also I want to thank Alabama Holster for their support of the channel. They make great little Kydex concealment holsters. Check them out. Purse holsters, inside the waistband, outside the waistband, pocket, phone holsters, and do a good job on all of them. We appreciate them. In fact, I appreciate them so much, I'm going to put a bullet on Alabama. Yeah. Take that, Alabama. Okay, I want to pull my ears out just a little bit. Since these are my last shots, I want to hear applied receive a bullet. I didn't hear any of those last ones. Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, maybe I didn't miss before, but I couldn't hear it. I really couldn't. Let's try, let's see that 2-liter sitting down there on that barrel. Can I see the sights well enough to hit him? There we go. I was trying to throw water or sugar drink on the cowboy. Yeah. Yeah, nice. And how about that plate by the tree? Yeah, that's a lot of fun. That is. I like a 22 revolver. I think you would too. So again, the Golden Boy, based on the Big Boy, you know, revolvers from Henry, and made in the USA. Holds 10 rounds, and of course that brass is always kind of nice, and it looks good on a revolver. Like I say, negatives, yeah, probably for some people, many people, would be the price. You might not like the weight. They're kind of a big gun. They're not necessarily a replica of anything. You know, that's usually the case with the Henry firearms. Not always, but it's a fairly nice design, and it is smooth, and it has a pretty good sight on it. I think you get a couple extra sights you can choose from, you know, in the box. So, double action or single action, there you go. And oh, it has meant to mention, it has a firing pin block on it, you know, so yeah, you got that, so you can, you know, there's no problem loading all 10 chambers. And just go out to the range or the backyard, depending on where you live, and have fun with it. Yeah, the Golden Boy revolver in 22 caliber. One you might want to take a look at. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com. And also, while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.